Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In the previous tutorial, we discussed how we configure the environment data in a config.properties files. I mean, how we separate environment detail from the automation test script and put in separate files, like I used to put in a config.properties files. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to discuss and show you how we create Selenium custom methods, which we will use in our pages files, right? So in the pages file, as of now, you can see I am directly using the object and then using the Selenium methods like send keys, click, get text, right? Or other method, if we need, we can use this. But in generally, when we are talking about the automation framework, then we are creating a custom method for the Selenium WebDriver. Like send keys, we will not directly call this method send keys. So we will create a send keys, our custom method, and that method we will call here. Similar type, the click, get text, or other methods. So I have already created a base page.java files. Let me explain what I put here. So this I added in com.framework base page. So this page contains some customized custom methods of the Selenium WebDriver. Like we have a wait and click method where passing the wave element object and then first waiting the element is clickable, then clicking on the element. Similar type click on only click method. JavaScript click, find element, get title, page source. So there are multiple methods I created here. Input text with clear, right? In each and every element, you can see I am just waiting the element to be visible. There are some wait functions I am using here, right? Wait for JS load. And if you go down here, drag and drop methods, get attribute, get text method I created here. So these method I will use in our pages files. So directly not, I will use the get text, send keys, or click or any other methods like wait methods. So this is the page files. So let's see how we use the base page method in our test script. Okay. So if I go in the base page, similar type the pages files, I created one constructor, right? So this constructor will help to initialize the WebDriver object, because WebDriver object I created in the test script. So when we create the object of the page, then we need to pass the WebDriver object. So let's see how we use this base page in our pages files. So what we can do, we can just extends base page. So I inherited the base page, import this. Okay. Now base page has a constructor, right? So we need to call here the super keyword to call the base page constructor. Okay, just use here super keyword, and we can now remove this WebDriver instance. Why? Because this is already defined under the base page as a protected. So once the WebDriver object is initialized here, we can access in the pages file also. In the next dashboard, we can extend base page, and then here I can use the super keyword to invoke the base page constructor like this. Okay, let's import this. This object we can remove. Next, in the user management, similar type, in the constructor, I will call the base page constructor. Okay, and then remove this and extends base page class. Now, once we inherited, right, all the methods of the base page automatically acquired by inherited by the pages files. So now here we can directly use the method which are defined under the base page. Let's see how we use. Suppose that here we are going to use the send keys method, right? So for this, to enter the text into the input field, I created input text method, right? This method accepts the web element object like user input and then the value, what value we need to enter, right? So now this we can remove. Now here, this is not directly using the Selenium method. I'm calling the method which are defined under the input under the base page. Other input, this is for the password. Let's pass the password as a second argument, password input as a first argument. Then next, we need to click on the submit button. So for this, I am using click on method where we can create, we can pass the submit method. So these two steps now I can remove. Similar type, the next we are using here get text method. So instead of calling that header label dot get text method directly, I can use the get text method which is defined under the pages files, base page file. Directly I can use here passing the web element object, and it will read this get text method, get the value of the element and return, and I'm storing here. Okay. Similar type, if I go in the user management page, so I extended the base page, then here, instead of calling the method directly, I can use the method which is defined under the base page. So like next, first step is click. So use the click add button. Okay. Second is again click. So use the click on user arrow, roll arrow, right? These two I can remove. Here, basically, this is the I can use here this one as a find element, right? Find element where passing the wave element by object. So this complete I can remove and then click. Next, the user input. So here I can use input text, user input field, and then a variable like a value. Next, we have two clicks. So let's use the click method. Two click. One is for status arrow. Second is for email enable status. Let's remove these two steps. Now, next three inputs I am using. Let's copy three inputs and change the value. So first is the user input, name input, user name as a value, password input as a field element, password as a value, confirm password as a first argument wave element, password, this is the value. Let's remove these two. Next is the click on, right? We can use to click on the submit button. Let's remove this. Now this is customized, right? Now you can see here in these base pages, I'm not using directly the Selenium Selenium methods. I am calling the method which are defined under the base test. Like suppose that I'm going to use the input text. So first it wait the element and then send the keys. Similar type wait and click method I have here, right? So in that case, it will first wait the element is clickable and then click on element. Similar type click on, which will directly click on the element. Further, if we want to add some logs before the clicking on the element, so I can use here the logger message and logger and add the message with action. It's going to click on the particular element, which will log into the console. Further, In the next tutorial or some other tutorials, I will show how we add the logs in our framework to generate the logs of the execution. Now, so here the main benefit, we have our input method, we can customize this. We can add some things which what we needed, like here added the weight, right? Other benefits, if the send keys or click method or any other method which is deprecated or changed in Selenium library, then in that case, we don't need to update much our framework. We just go and update the method which we define under the our custom methods, right? So this is the second benefits of this approach. Now, hope this will be helpful and you understand why we are using the base page, why we are using our own custom methods, right? And if you like the tutorial, click on the like button, subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get latest videos notification. And also leave a comment if you have any query. I will reply when I get a time. Thanks for watching the video.